Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to talk about where this Lexus GX 460 lives. In other words, where does this vehicle actually live? And here it is. No, this is not an off-road trail. This is our neighborhood. This is our community. And this is our town. Well, technically it's not a town, it's an unincorporated community. But it is a community nonetheless, and it's in the Mojave Desert, known for getting very, very hot and very, very cold, known for being sandy, known for having rattlesnakes, and you can check out our roads there. Those are our roads that you see down there. And you will not see a paved road for as far as the eye can see. But these aren't just dirt roads. Make no mistake. These are not maintained roads. So they are indeed washboarded, hard-packed, sandy roads. So they'll either be hard-packed washboard or sandy. There's no stop signs. There's no. That's what our street signs look like, just like a piece of wood. There's power. You can see we get electricity out here, and believe it or not, we have fire hydrants. Isn't that awesome? They're even painted yellow. And look at the old road. That's those gray patches there that has been scorched from existence by the beautiful brutality of the Mojave Desert sun. So this particular Lexus GX40 lives out here. Every day it's off-road. In order for us to get something, food, gas, errands, you name it, we have got to travel through this first. So this is going to kind of tie into why we chose a Lexus GX 460 over other vehicles. Disclaimer though, you do not by any means need a Lexus GX 460 to traverse these roads. Two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive will actually do this just fine in most circumstances. However, as you'll see here in this video, here we are heading out, and again, this is not a trail. This is a road. Look at those washboards. This is a road in our neighborhood. They all show up on maps. They have names. But this is what this vehicle goes through on a daily basis to get anywhere. Even to a trail, to a legit trail. But this is just through our neighborhood. But anyway, back to the disclaimer. Two-wheel drive or any 4x4 is perfectly fine on these roads and perfectly capable. It's not a matter of what's better than the other. We're just going to talk about why we chose the GX 460 in particular. And as you can see here, it comes with a few benefits, namely it comes with a few benefits if you live in an environment like this, where you're going to be doing a lot of both on and off-road traveling on a consistent basis, which for us is daily. So, you know, again, can it be done on a normal Toyota Corolla or Toyota Camry? Absolutely, with front-wheel drive. You won't be able to do all the roads in the neighborhood like this, because some roads will be less maintained than others. You could certainly use a 4x4 truck, just a regular truck with four-wheel drive, or even rear-wheel drive, and switch it back and forth when you need to. It'll certainly do that. But the GX 460 does come with some unique features that make living in an environment such as this a lot more convenient. So I'm going to talk about them right now, and if you live in a similar environment, or even if you don't, you just want to see what this GX goes through on a daily basis to, you know, mail something at the post office or get some groceries, then check out this video. Alright, let's get right to it. That's our water tower by the way, back there. See that cylindrical tall thing? That stores the water for the community, including those fire hydrants that you just saw. So how cool is that? And again, you can see the power poles everywhere, and again, you won't see a stop sign at any of these intersections, so or any posted speed limits. I don't think I've seen that in a decade of living out here. Anyway, the primary advantage of a vehicle like the GX460, and I say like because there are others like it, such as the 4Runner Limited and the Mercedes G-Wagon, and some Subaru all-wheel drive vehicles as well. But the main benefit is it has full-time four-wheel drive. So right now the vehicle is just in its normal configuration. You get in, you go, all four wheels are moving. There is a center differential. The only 4Runner model to have a center differential and third differential is the 4Runner Limited. That has full-time four-wheel drive. Some Sequoia models, the older ones, had full-time four-wheel drive. And there are some other trims of 4Runner that also had full-time four-wheel drive. The GX, of course, has it. The Land Cruiser has it. The Lexus LX has it. The Mercedes G-Wagon has full-time four-wheel drive. And the higher-end Subarus have it. I'm not, you know, a Subaru expert by any means, but I believe their top-end model has full-time four-wheel drive, meaning an actual center differential. It's not a slip and grip system. These four wheels are going right now. There's a limited slip center differential, and all four wheels are going. Now, why does that matter? Well, look at these roads, and you see when you got somewhere to go, or you got to get into town, or you got to get to pavement, you don't want to be switching back and forth between four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. Now, again, it'll do it, but this makes it more convenient and arguably safer. And you don't have to think about it. It's just you've got full-time four-wheel drive, whether you're on or off-road. So you just get in and go. Now, without that feature, you'll get the job done. But if you're, let's say, in a car that defaults to rear-wheel drive, you're going to have that fishtail effect. And some people like that. But, you know, it's not the safest, and it certainly doesn't have the most traction. If you if your car is able to then, your truck is able to switch into four-wheel drive, you'd have to stop, put it in four-wheel drive, and make sure you don't have it in four-wheel drive by the time you reach pavement. So the primary plus or advantage, or whatever you want to call it, the quote, why Toyota calls these things Land Cruisers, is primarily, in my opinion, due to that third differential, that center differential, which allows the Toyota Land Cruiser, the Toyota 4Runner Limited, the older 4Runners, Sequoia models, etc., to have that always on four-wheel drive. It really makes all the difference when you're traveling on and off dirt roads like this, to just get in and go. It does make a difference in safety. Keep in mind that in the desert here, there is a phenomenon of flash flooding, especially this time of year, and you could go out and it could be perfectly dry like this, and then you come back and then the roads could be flooded, full of mud, and you know, even in full-time four-wheel drive, you'll just sail through that without any problem. Now again, a regular 4x4 is just fine. All you got to do is stop and switch into 4x4. It's just one of those selling points or features, if you will, of the class of Toyotas and other vehicles that have full-time four-wheel drive. So if my babbling isn't enough, the whole reason we got this is because of that full-time four-wheel drive. That was the primary reason. Now, why didn't we get a 4Runner Limited? We wanted the third row. We wanted a sunroof and the KDSS for quote-unquote real off-roading, you know, so you could get that extra articulation, and that's it. You know, that's the 4Runner Limited is very, very close to this GX in my opinion, and you know, if you don't want a GX for whatever reason, but you do like the idea of full-time four-wheel drive, please consider the Toyota 4Runner Limited. It is not by any means, no 4Runner model is incapable. But don't let the badges of TRD and TRD Pro and TRD Off-Road and this, that, and the other fool you. Those are all marketing packages. If you get a 4Runner Limited, it's extremely capable off-road. And matter of fact, I believe it's more expensive than the TRD Pro. I know dealers mark up the TRD Pro, but the Limited is actually more expensive because technically it's more capable. And that's just being objective. That 4Runner Limited is going to give you that center differential, that full-time four-wheel drive, and that quote-unquote Land Cruiser experience with the V6. So if you like that idea and you're living on and off dirt roads, do consider the 4Runner Limited. Don't be fooled by the marketing packages. This vehicle here is known as the Land Cruiser Prado in the worldwide market, even in Japan where it comes from. And I'm not knocking by any means the Toyota 4Runner TRD Pros at all. They're all capable. I'm just simply highlighting why we chose it, showing you the area we live in, the roads we have to deal with, and why it was important to have that full-time four-wheel drive. TRD Pro 4Runner would have been awesome right now, but as you'll see coming up here, you know, when we hit pavement, we'd you know, we have to switch it back out of four-wheel drive basically. The TRD Pro 4Runner does not have full-time four-wheel drive. It doesn't have KDSS, which allows for actual greater articulation off-road. So do know that Toyota has been trying to reach the younger demographic, in quotations, for all eternity. You all remember the Scion debacle. Remember Toyota and their Scion company? Trying to reach the younger market. They could never reach the younger. Toyota's that conservative car, you know, that your mom and grandpa like. It's safe, it's reliable. They've always been trying to reach that younger market. And they failed and failed with Scion and all their other stuff, but TRD is it. And more power to them, don't get me wrong, but do realize it is a marketing package for the American market. Not knocking it, I'm saying know the specifications of whatever Toyota, Lexus, or similar model that you're looking for. And know what's marketing and what's actual capability. There are sheriff's deputies that patrol out here, and they use Chevy Tahoes, I believe. And they have, I know they're four-wheel drive, of course, but they might have some form of 4Auto, which is another type of slip and grip, full-time four-wheel drive. But anyway, I digress. Let's check this out. So we go back to the pavement here, and you don't need to switch anything. You got all four wheels going, and you're in full-time four-wheel drive on the road, which is also safer, more convenient in any type of weather. So I hope this video has been helpful. don't take it as anything more than a rant showing how much I like the GX460 and why we think it's awesome, why we chose it, because we live here. Look at this place. Okay, that's why. It's marginal but objective differences. Any vehicle's fine out here, but this really makes it that more fun. So if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe.